Tonight, I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this country who wants to see a better future. And at the end of 4 years, I guarantee you that I will get over 95% of the African American vote. I promise you.
It is a case of polar opposites, where a Republican nominee preaches divisiveness through his campaign.
I wanted people to see the humanity, and I think that's what comes through more. Like, come for the entertainment, but leave with an understanding.
And from a place of compassion in The Roots' founding member, Amir Questlove Thompson.
One of the things I do, Ricardo, is I would do stop and frisk. I think you have to. We did it in New York. It worked incredibly well. It's so unsafe where you walk down the street and you get shot.
This is a flat-out lie from Donald Trump. Meanwhile,
it is absolutely probably the most humiliating, lowest feeling a human being can have. Twice this happened in front of dates. And all I kept thinking about was like, man, like, nothing's more emasculating than to be emasculated in front of a girl that you like. You know, like, there's just no coming back from that. And it's sort of like an unspoken thing. Like, I always felt like, even afterwards, like, there's this unspoken cloud of the question of my manhood. What do? Do you... I mean, how much more can I play it safe? Like, I'm already, like, purposely taking myself out of situations because I want to avoid that. But I don't know how much more I can suppress myself to not seem like a threat or be a threat.
Here are the real-life ramifications of the policy, where Questlove has fallen victim to racial profiling time and time again.
I'm giving you my opinion. It says he's not an artist, he's a thug, and I'm entitled to it.
It is examples like this that leads Quest to speak truth on the subject matter.
A lot of times the opinions of hip-hop are based on people that are sort of on the outside looking in, right. And you really have to be immersed in the culture to understand. Yeah. Oftentimes people will use hip hop as a means to get to know people. And you have to get to know people first, then get to know what our culture is and our art form is.
Bingo.
In the Circuit Court of the 18th Judicial Circuit in and for Seminole County, Florida, State of Florida versus George Zimmerman. Verdict: we, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty.
And who could forget this shameful decision?
I don't know why the hell Nike made these damn uniforms that have hoods attached to it, by the way. You got a lot of those white folks in the audience that's going to think this is Trayvon Martin being revisited. And I'm not joking about it. Stephen A. Smith did his usual song and dance on the matter, while Questlove had a far different way of viewing it.
As I watched the case, I mean, I identified with Trayvon Martin. Like, I felt like, okay, that would have been me in that situation. I mean, there's definitely been times where I've been watching either a sporting event or the Grammys or any sort of television event, and then I would be the person that would run to the store to get something. Like, that could have easily been me. I live in hoodies. I open a hoodie shop. I have a hoodie shop that sells nothing but hoodies. Like, I love hoodies because it gives me anonymity. When the verdict was handed down, I just felt like, half of me, I instantly felt like, well, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. But then the other half of me was upset that I just resigned to that fact. That whole 8-hour trip on the plane, I just felt like, oh, well, nothing matters anymore. Like, life doesn't matter. Like, you're guilty no matter what, and you just now have to figure out a way just to make everyone feel safe and everyone feel comfortable, even if it's at the expense of your own soul. And so, in talking to my manager about it, who's the first human I talked to when I got off the plane, he too was like, sort of echoing that, like, well, why are you acting shocked? Like, you knew exactly this was the outcome. Like, why are you shocked? Like, why are you letting it get to you? And I just felt like I was going to explode right there. So I had to talk to somebody. And so I just started to write for no particular reason. And one person asked if they could, put this on their blog, and then it kind of spread, and the ripple effect happened.
For instance, hip-hop. Hip-hop has done more damage to black and brown people than racism in the last 10 years.
Another preposterous way conservatives look at hip-hop, which Questlove dispels of easily.
I've been noticing, even when writing this, that a lot of people's sort of first look at black life were through the music, and rarely do people actually immerse themselves inside the river. They go right to the edge and see, oh, what are they doing over there? But for Public Enemy, I always describe it as, when the rock generation gets the Ramones, or the punk generation gets Bad Brains or Sex Pistols. Hearing Rebel Without a Pause back in 1987 was that moment for me in which their entire album, well, one, just woke me up, but also their album made what I thought the boring part of my parents' record collection come alive. Yeah. Because suddenly it was wait a minute, where did I know that from? Yeah. Wait a minute, and then you putting two and two together, there's no feeling like that discovery.
I submit to you that you're going to have to get people like Jay-Z, Kanye West, all of these gangster rappers to knock it off. That's number one.
What I think these boys need is they need positive role models, which you said.
Listen to me. You got to get where they live. All right, they idolize these guys with the hats on backwards and the terrible rap lyrics and a drug and all of that. You got to get these guys, and I think President Obama can do it. And you got to put them on TV and the net, and they got to say, knock it off.
It's so tiresome to hear this continued on conservative media and even from politicians who lambast hip-hop for brownie points.
Yes, we gave it a birthday. We said August of 1973, but even before August of 1973, the spirit of hip-hop has always been prevalent in black music culture. Even if you look back in the 40s during the Renaissance jazz period, that was seen as outlaw music. Yeah. Hide your daughters. Ray Charles turning gospel music into salacious sexual songs. That was outlaw music. And even if you look at the Last Poets, the Watts Prophets, Gil Scott-Heron, hip-hop, the spirit of hip-hop has always been there. But, we marked the August 1973 day of Kool Herc doing a back-to-school party to raise money for his sister's school clothes.
On Sedgwick Avenue.
On Sedgwick Avenue, as the moment in which you're hearing the breakdowns of songs, that magical 4-bar part was just the drums, and it causes excitement in the room. So, so most people will agree that August 73 is the starting date, but hip hop has been here since we've been here.
At some point, hip hop culture just became American culture, right? It's mainstream.
It starts off as a subculture, then dangerous culture, and then becomes everyone's culture.
Amen to that. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.